The DuPont Wappoo Community Plan is a collaborative effort of citizens, business owners of the DuPont Wappoo area, and the staff at Charleston County and the City of Charleston. The community plan impacts 822 parcels located along Savannah Highway. About 40% of those properties are in unincorporated Charleston County. The DuPont Wappoo Community Plan all started when a former vegetable market located at the intersection of Wappoo Road and Savannah Highway was demolished. Constructed in 1939, the Limehouse Produce Shed was West Ashley's open-air produce market, providing local truck farmers a space to sell their crops and residents a gathering place in addition to access to fresh fruits and vegetables. Despite its importance to the community, the building was never nominated for the National Register of Historic Places, nor was it the subject of redevelopment during the 7 years it sat vacant. In the fall of 2013, the owners decided to tear down the old shed, but it didn't go down without a fight. Charlie Smith, who lives nearby and was also a Charleston County Planning Commission member at the time, put a temporary halt on the demolition.
I came by one day and unfortunately saw a bulldozer in the middle of a later addition to the original building, and was able to prevent them from going any farther. And I think we stopped it one more time after that as well, in an effort to get people to recognize the significance of the building. We were able to do that, but unfortunately the owners had rights to do what they needed to do, and we documented the building the best we could, and they did decide to go ahead with the demolition. But it has certainly highlighted the need for documenting our cultural heritage here west of Ashley.
In the end, Smith lost his battle. The county's historic preservation ordinance could not protect the produce shed from demolition because it was not included on the National Register of Historic Places. But Smith wasn't finished. He pushed for improvements to the county's historic preservation ordinance, which are currently underway, and asked County Council to work with the City of Charleston to develop a cohesive plan for future development of the DuPont Wappoo community. The site where the shed sat is an unincorporated part of Charleston County, surrounded by both unincorporated properties and properties located in the City of Charleston, a community where two municipalities needed to come together to work on a revitalization plan.
My aim and intent is to make sure that families who decide to live here or decide to stay here have the things that they need close by, within 5 minutes walking from their homes, as close to that as possible as a standard, to have all the things that you would need: banking, dry cleaning, grocery store, drugstore, all the things that we all need every day, as opposed to the things that we might use once every 10 years when we buy a car, because we have a lot of car dealerships in DuPont. And that's not really serving the local community. So we want to get that local business community going again.
In 2015, both Charleston County Council and the City of Charleston took action, directing their respective planning department staff members to work to gather public input on what was wanted for the future of the area. In June of that year, the county and city jointly hosted a 3-day workshop so citizens could share their ideas on land use, transportation improvements, drainage problems, economic development, design and development standards, and community needs. City and county planning staff also met with community stakeholders, business owners, representatives of nonprofit organizations, and transportation and drainage experts to gather more details to present to the community. At the end of the month, the public was invited to see the results of the workshops, including the planning recommendations resulting from the public comments, and give further input. Following the community meeting, county and city planning staff coordinated to draft the DuPont Wappoo Community Plan, which includes strategies to address many of the issues identified by the community. The county and city held several more community meetings over the next year to present this information and gather feedback before taking it to county and city councils for adoption. The community was very responsive and invested in this process. Almost 650 people attended one or more of these community meetings, and in the end, the project received unanimous community and council support.
I think we can all learn from this and see that everybody needs to be at the table, and we did that. And I'm really grateful to the city and the county for what's been done as a resident here.
The county and the city are currently working together on ways to implement the plan and revitalize this area of West Ashley. something that's very important to Charleston City Mayor John Tecklenburg.
For the first time, really, there was this remarkable collaboration between the City of Charleston and the County of Charleston, and really in all aspects of the way this part of our community, West Ashley, the DuPont area, worked. And that's partly because we had great engagement with our citizens. We and the county are taking those definitive steps that we can to follow the plan, improve parks, make connectivity between roads and bikeways, to think about the infrastructure improvements that are needed, to think about beautification, even things like a farmer's market for our citizens. So great benefits, and it's all about improving our citizens' quality of life.
Quality of life has improved, and you can see that in this list of accomplishments. Some of the highlights include the new playground equipment in Randolph Park, the kickoff of the DuPont Wappoo Community Watershed Master Plan, which is jointly funded by the county and city and will bring drainage improvements to the greater West Ashley area. Planning for the improved connection between the West Ashley Greenway and the West Ashley Bikeway at the intersection of Savannah Highway and Wappoo Road. Synchronizing the traffic lights in the community, establishment of a West Ashley farmers market, and the groundbreaking for a new senior center, which was a collaborative effort by the county, city, and Roper Hospital. Finally, the community plan, which is affectionately called the DuWop Plan, was recognized as the best new neighborhood name by the Charleston City Paper for 2016.